Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth video on generating structured output using OpenAI API. In the previous video, in the video 3.4, in the stock price app, we have created a function and there we passed a user instruction and LLM was able to generate a JSON response out of the user query. So I'll show you that. Here we have given this query and it is able to generate the ticker symbol and date from the query. If I change this to different format, I'll give 22 October 2024. I'll run this and here we are getting the ticker symbol and date. So in this video, we'll try to pass that response to an external API and get the actual stock price. I'll add a new code block here. And here we are going to add the code to interact with Yahoo Finance. And Yahoo Finance is already available in the Google Colab, so we can just import it. Import Y Finance as YF. Then we need to even import date time. Import date comma time delta. We'll be even using the time delta to find the next working day and all. So I'll explain the logic. So we need to even add logic to identify weekends, because if the day we are giving is a weekend, then we need to find the stock price of the previous Friday. And here also I haven't added the logic to handle the same day's stock price. We'll try to do that as well. First I'll create a function here called get stock price. Then here we need to pass start date previous. We'll call this start date previous. Then we can convert this into ISO format. It is giving it in ISO, but still for safer side, we can just convert this into ISO format equal to date dot from ISO format. Now we'll have a start date and end date. Now imagine if the start date is a Saturday or Sunday. Let us test that logic. So for testing that, what we can do here, simply I'll hard code the date here, 2025 April 4th. 4th is Friday. Now here we'll create a function called is underscore weekend. This will help us to identify whether the day we are giving is a weekend or not. And here I'll pass date and this will return true if the day is a weekend. Here, if it is returning 5, that means it is a Saturday, and if it is 6, it is going to be Sunday. So it is a built-in function. So let us just test it. Here, even we can even try printing d dot weekday, and so now this is going to return the value. So we will just call this function here is weekend and start date previous, and we will call the function. Okay, let me paste it. We'll try running this. So this is 4. That means it is Friday. Now if I change to 5th and if I run it, so now this is Saturday and 6. So April 6th is Sunday. So this is giving 6. Like this, if I give March 30th, so that is also Sunday. Now we cannot get the stock price for weekend. So what we can do here, now if user is giving a weekend, the previous Friday, if you want to get the stock price of the previous Friday, what we can do here, we can write a while loop here. While this is weekend, it will be true until this is weekend. Start date previous equal to time delta. So it will minus 1 day. Okay, until this is less than 5, this will happen. We'll try to print the start date. So you can see here when we are giving Sunday, it is going through this while loop till it reaches the previous Friday. Now here I'll give April 4. So it is showing the same day. If I give April 3rd, it is same, but if I give April 5th, it is Saturday, so it is finding the last Friday. And then if I give April 6th, then also it is giving the previous Friday. And these numbers are printing because it is going through this loop until this became false. I hope you understood the logic. And previously, I forgot to mention here, if I give a stock price without any date, so this is returning empty. So that means it has to get the current date's price. For that, we need to add one additional logic here. So let us just add that as well. Here, what we can do, we can just create a variable called function args equal to then JSON dot loads. Then we can pass this data, and we need to import even JSON. We'll make this to return function args, and here we'll try to print it. We'll try running this. So now it is giving in this format, and we have a variable called function args. You notice now this is not having any date. Here I'm just asking what is the price of Apple Inc. If there is no date in the response, we will try to add date manually. I'll copy the logic, paste it. So we are manually adding the date, and we are adding today's date. So we'll try running this. So now it is adding April 19th. So in this way we can handle today's date. Now if I give April 19th here, this is printing April 18th as the start date because this is the previous Friday. I'll change to April 3rd, and we'll start writing code for getting data from Yahoo Finance. I'll just copy paste the code here. Here we have a method called Yahoo Finance.download, and here we need to pass the ticker symbol and start date and end date. We are already getting that, and here we are not currently getting the currency. So simply I'll just create a variable called unknown. Later we'll see how to get the currency. Okay, let us try running this, and we can see the details here. Now if you want to see it in a properly formatted way, what we can do, we can just directly get this. So it is giving the data. On April 3rd, this was the closing price. So now we can ask the details of any stock using this API call. Here we have a function. So this function we can call here for getting the stock data, because here we already have the dictionary. Here we will call stock data equal to this query. We can remove this. If you want, we can just print the response this dictionary will be getting. Then this data we need to pass to another function. I will call this price data equal to get stock price, and then we need to pass these two details. If you are putting this into a separate file, you need to import this function, but since it is in the notebook, we can just try directly running it. So we'll just change the return value here. We'll try to return the entire response because this will be helpful when you are just trying to put this into Streamlit app. You can try different combinations here. So here I just created this dictionary which is having the price, the ticker symbol, and currency, because in our previous example we were just printing the currency and ticker symbol and all. So because of that, I just added a dictionary. So now we'll try running this. And we can see the price. And here if you notice, we are sending April 18th, but this is responding with 17. Currencies as of now it is empty. We'll add even the currency now. To add the currency, I'll just add the code here. So we're creating a variable called stock and Yahoo Finance dot ticker, and we are just passing that symbol, and from that stock dot info dot get currency, we can get the currency details. For testing this, we'll just try printing the currency. Print. I'll set the date manually again. I'll give 17. Okay, here we are getting the currency now. We'll try running this again. So now we are getting the data. So when you want to change the currency, you just need to add it here, then run this section. After that, you run this code and you will be getting the currency. And here run it. So here it is showing INR. So we are getting the details. And here, if you notice our output, we are just directly printing the Yahoo Finance API response here. We can even do some additional advanced functionalities here. Like once you receive the API response, we can even bind that with our actual input message. And if you put that as an additional LLM call like this, using the type called function call output, then you can even get the call ID and all the other details from the response. And if you put that to LLM, the model itself will respond with this data accordingly. So it will be kind of an interaction message from LLM rather than we are just directly printing it from Yahoo Finance. All those advanced use cases we'll see later, but in this way you can use a function call for getting the structured output, passing that to an external API and get the response and print to the user. In the next tutorial, we will try to convert this into a Streamlit app. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.